Welcome to ETH Daily, a daily briefing on the latest in Ethereum. Here's your latest for Wednesday, July 1st, 2026. Robinhood chain goes live on Mainnet. Ethereum Institutional introduces its independent nonprofit. ENS launches a delegation incentives program. And the Ethereum Foundation releases a guide for institutions. All this and more starts right after this message. ETH Daily sponsorships are now open. Reach over 10,000 Ethereum native subscribers every weekday. Learn more at ethdaily.io/ads. Robinhood launched its native Ethereum Layer 2 network, Robinhood Chain, on Mainnet, built on the Arbitrum Orbit tech stack. The chain enables 24/7 trading of tokenized stocks and ETFs across 120-plus countries, integrating Chainlink CCIP for cross-chain messaging of the tokenized stocks. The launch includes day one support from Uniswap, Wallet Connect, Jumper, Relay, and Cross, among others. Robinhood Wallet users can also access perpetual features on Lighter and earn up to 7% yield on Robinhood earned deposits, which are powered by the Morphle lending vaults. Former enterprise team leads at the Ethereum Foundation unveiled Ethereum Institutional, an independent go-to-market nonprofit organization. Positioned as complementary to the recently launched ETH Labs, the entity consolidates a year of institutional outreach to serve as a neutral ecosystem guide for institutions. Backed by Bitmine, SharpLink, and Joe Lubin, the nonprofit will focus on core pillars including education, standards, and research. Led by David Walsh, Marius Smith, and Matthew Dawson, with Joseph Chalom and Thomas Lee serving on the board. The group has already established over 500 institutional relationships to guide enterprise users from initial assessment to live mainnet deployments. The ENS DAO launched a 90-day pilot program to convert passive ENS token holders into active governance participants by offering rewards for delegating their tokens. Managed by MetaGov stewards and operated by Blockful, the initiative will distribute up to 90,000 ENS tokens. Active delegates, defined as those voting on at least 7 of the last 10 on-chain proposals, will split 10% of the monthly pool proportional to average monthly voting power, capped at 1% per delegate. The remaining 90% goes to their delegators. Users can delegate gaslessly using gasless signatures on the Blockful platform. And lastly, the Global Policy Strategy team at the Ethereum Foundation released a non-technical primer titled Ethereum Basics for Governments and Institutions, to guide public sector and enterprise leaders. Outlining Ethereum as a credibly neutral digital public utility, the report leverages OpenZeppelin's technical risk assessment data to analyze client diversity, security, and uptime. The guide makes note of Ethereum's 5 independent client implementations and robust ecosystem of over 11,000 active developers, illustrating how decentralized networks provide resilient settlement rails. In other news, Aave launches the Global Dollar Hub on Aave v4, Maple Finance launches Syrup USDG, and Meridian introduces Meridian Predict. This has been a roundup of today's top news stories in Ethereum. You can support this podcast by subscribing and following us at ETH Daily. Also subscribe to our newsletter at ethdaily.io.